pretty people, welcome or welcome back to Penny's Pretty Plans. We are doing a budget for January, February. My budget is going to run from January 12th through February 8th. That just is, how my paydays fall. So I have my calendar that I need to fill out. I have some stickers that I'm going to use for that. I didn't show you guys. I have kind of redone my budget planner. So I have my calendar. That's self-explanatory. And then I have some things. So I have like this month's money goals. What's going to cost me money this month? Do I have any birthdays, any dinners, any brunches, or whatever? Total no spend days. So I will mark like an X or something, a check mark for every day that I no spend during the 12th through the 8th, instead of it just being the 1st through the 31st. Maybe I should do the 1st, 31st. I don't know. I plan on doing the 12th through the 8th, so we're going to see how that goes. And then I did redo the layouts for how my budget looks. So this is definitely something different for 2023. And it will be up in my Etsy store very soon. So yeah, this is it. And I want to first go ahead, I need to date my calendar, of course, and then I need to put my stickers down for the bills. So this is it. And you know what? Now that I'm thinking, I was gonna do, yeah, I am still gonna do the 1st through the 31st. So never mind. Hold that thought. I'll be right. Back, and as you can see, got my stickers, due dates. I had to put some flowers just because they were right there, so how could I resist? All right, and then I did also want to put in here the next for February, since I'm going to be paying some of those bills with the last check. I'm just gonna write those in here. And because this check is going to be terrible, I'm telling you, I wanted to just do kind of like the highlighter method. So like these bills here, Torrid, Georgia Power, Water, and Boys and Girls Club, they are already paid. So let me put that in here. And then with this check, I'm going to pay, oh, and you know what? This Capital One is already paid too. Because I'm like a month ahead on those. So like when I'm going to be doing my budget, I'm going to be doing them for February to pay on, I pay them all on February 1st. And then, golly, this Comcast is paid already too for January. So for February, This paycheck on the 12th, like I said, is going to be super short. I'm going to pay this MasterCard. I'm going to pay T-Mobile. And then I'm going to go ahead and pay, or set the money aside, should I say, for this Torrid. And then this paycheck on the 26th is going to be Blue Green, Georgia Power, and water. If I am. Oh, and it's also going to be the Boys and Girls Club. Let's see, I'm going to write that down. Here. Okay. And I think that worked out because, yeah, we'll just have to see. So, what are my money goals this month? Let me kind of zoom you in a little bit. Did that help? Okay, money goals this month. 1, I want to keep track. I want to write down all my spending every day. Write down all my spending. Okay. I also would like to have 20 no spend days. I feel like that is reasonable. All right. I also, because this budget is so short, and not even because, but I just because I need to, I would like to have leftover money from groceries and gas. And I think I said that I wanted to do like $25 from groceries and $15 from gas. I feel like that's doable. All right, so what are some things that are going to cost me money this month? And I have written down 3 things. 1, old man's birthday. That is my father-in-law. I call him old man. He calls me old lady. So his birthday is coming up. And then we also have our nephew. His birthday is coming up too. I think their birthdays are like the 15th and the 19th, something like that. And then also I want to do a freezer restock. So that is going to cost me money, but I have, I have that sinking fund. So I put it in there even though it's not necessarily money coming from my paycheck, if that makes sense, because I have that sinking fund, but it is going to be me spending a couple $100. So now we can go ahead and go to my budget. So we're done with that. Let me go ahead and, okay, matter of fact, it's fine just like that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and speed through and write down the bills, since I didn't, I guess I probably could, or I should go ahead and put my bills in there, like I did with my previous budget worksheet, but I didn't. So let me go ahead and write those in right now, and I will be right. also put in here that this budget is going from January 12th through February. I just had a brain fart. Feb. There is an R right there. Okay, February 8th, 2023. So crazy. Okay, so like I said, this check is going to be basically a week short because we went on vacation and I didn't have any vacation time left. I just left it unpaid. And when I made the, when I put it in, I'm like, oh, it's fine. It's all good. But now that it's actually here and I'm not going to have a week's worth of pay, I'm like, damn, girl, why did you do that? So, learn my lesson. Either way, I have guesstimated that this week, well, not this week, but this first paycheck is going to be $600. Lord willing, it will be more. And my regular, or my second check will be a regular check, and it'll, yeah. So instead of having a $2,000 income, I'm going to have a $1,600 income. And that really just hurts my feelings. Let me get my calculator. Okay. So yeah, let me go ahead and we can write down. So for Torrid, one of my goals this year, I want to pay off the Torrid. Well, probably not pay off the Torrid because I do use that one. So, but pay it down because it definitely has gotten up to, I think right now the balance is $1,200, and that mostly came from the holidays because they were having all these damn 50 and 60% off sales, and I couldn't resist. So I want to get that down to probably about $300, and then the MasterCard, I just ran that thing all the way down, all the way up. I want to get that down to under $1,000. So of course, with this income here, I ain't gonna be able to do much, but I'm not using either of those. The plan, I don't have a date in mind of when I can start using them, but I don't plan on using them anytime soon. So, Torrid is just going to get 60. Boys and Girls Club, that is for my before school care for my son. It is $72 a month, which is aggravating. Hopefully my power bill won't be more than $200, but I don't know because we did have like a cold couple of weeks. But then when we were on vacation for that 1 week, we turned the air and the heat completely off. So I don't know. We'll just have to see about that. The water is $60. Capital One is my gym membership for the YMCA, the Family Y. We just put it on there so it has some use, because we don't use it in like any other time, only for that, because that one is paid off. So that gym, basically, I put Capital One because that's where its payment is going to, but it's really for my gym. It's $61 for me and my son. My MasterCard, I paid half of the payment due before we went on vacation, so I only have half of it due now. So I'm just gonna do $50 this month, and then I'll start, once I start getting some regular income, I will pay more. T-Mobile, $182, and my phone on T-Mobile should be paid off, I think, in March, maybe sooner than that. I'll have to double check, but and that'll go down by $30, which I'm excited about. Blue Green is $50, and then I do have some Afterpay left that I didn't put on here, so let me put Afterpay too, and then it will be paid off on the 12th. So I have all of those. Let me see what that adds up to. $7.73. All right, and then I just rounded that up to 38 because I don't want to have to deal with the 70 cent. Okay, my groceries are gonna be the same. 300. Gas is 200. I'm gonna give myself 30 this month. Eating out, I was gonna do 50 every 2 weeks, but I am planning on doing better about eating out. So I'm gonna do 40 every 2 weeks, so $80. And then miscellaneous always gets 10. Let me add those up. 300, 200, 30, 80, and 10. So that is $620. And then if you'll notice down here, I just have, instead of having it broken down by bills and variable, I just have total expenses. So that is my fixed expenses and my variable expenses added together. So the $620 plus $773 is $1393. And then if I take the expenses from the income, that will show me how much I have left that I can go to my sinking funds and my challenges. So I have $207 left in there that I can add into those two things. And I really changed this up because I have a lot of sinking funds, and every month I don't save towards all of them. And then if you remember on my old budget sheet, let me see, do I have one readily available here? But I had it kind of like listed out. Okay, yeah, this is an old one. So I had them listed out, but I have more than this. Like I have, these are sinking funds too, and then these are sinking funds. So I had them kind of like all over the place. And then I would say that I'm going to put 50 in beauty, but I'll only do, 25 that month, and it just kind of throws things off. And so instead of having it broken down for me to say I'm going to put 20 in here, 10 in there, 30 in there, I'm just going to say for the month I'm going to put $150 into the sinking funds, and then I'm going to leave the other $57 to go into the challenges. And then that way I'm not like, okay, well, I only have $150 to spend. How do I want to divide that up each month? Because I don't know. And then if my checks, hopefully, Lord willing, they're going to be a little bit more, then, you know what I'm saying, I will be able to put more into the sinking funds here. So I'll just have, my total that I'm putting instead of breaking it down into each individual fund. So yeah, we will see how this works. This is my budget for the month, like coming up, and I hope that all of that made sense. I hope that I wasn't too zoomed in all of the time and then y'all could not see any of that, because that would be really bad. I guess I should have thought about that beforehand. But yeah, so this is my budget, my calendar, my budget, my goals, and yeah, we will see how it goes come January 12th. Hopefully my check will be more. I'm not really anticipating that it will, though, just because, I missed a week. And, it is what it is. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in. I hope that y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. If you want to see more of these videos, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.